the topics everyone wants to talk about. We gonna educate while walking that thin line of ignorance. Tune in to Vibed Up. Yo, what's good? It's your boy BLACK, and welcome to Vibed Up. Without further ado, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow all our social media, whether it be Facebook, IG, Snapchat. You can follow us at Vibed Up TV, or you can follow the other handle at Black Vibed Up. Now, before I get into the conversation that we're going to hit upon today, I wanted to send a huge shout out to all of the healthcare workers, all of the food service workers, all of the metro workers, everyone at home. Whether you had to switch and start working remotely from the crib, I want to give everybody a shout out for one, just keeping society moving as normal as it possibly can right now during this time. We know we're dealing with the coronavirus and everybody's in quarantine, and we're trying to figure out how to maneuver, for now and in the near future. And I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody who's doing everything that they possibly could, to help society just move. You feel me? Now that I got that out the way, let me holler at y'all. So, with all of this news going around with the quarantine, or whether it be the conversation specifically about the actual coronavirus itself, I feel like that's all that's being covered. That's all we see, whether it be on TV or whether it be via social media. We hear a lot about the virus, where it's coming from, what we're doing, how close we're getting to solving this problem, or how unsure we are about it. And all of that is important, but I personally feel like, while we're in quarantine, we still gotta have somebody shed light on what it means to remain positive or build yourself within this moment. Because I think a lot of people are just so dialed in on the virus and everything that's going on that we may be forgetting a little bit about ourselves. So today's episode, we're gonna focus on self-esteem, right? And what it really means to build the self within self-esteem. All right? Now, we can't go further along this conversation without first understanding what self-esteem actually means. And most psychologists says that self-esteem is basically described as a person's overall sense of self-worth or personal self. Basically, what that means is how much you fuck with yourself, right? How much do you like yourself, or how do you feel in a positive manner about yourself, and how it propels you to maneuver every day on a day-to-day basis. You feel me? So I'm going to basically list down a few things that I think will help boost our self-esteem that we can actually focus on during this time when we are, not physically going into an actual job, and we got a little bit of more extra time to ourselves and to our families. And who knows, we may be able to become contagious and pass this information off to one another so we can help boost each other. That's what we need in today's time anyway. We got to help lift each other up. You feel me? Now, before I tell you some of the things that will help boost self-esteem, I want to name something that all of us kind of tie into when we talk about self-esteem, and that's compliments, right? Now, compliments, we all love compliments. Who don't like hearing, boy, you look good, or girl, your nails done to the T, or you're pretty, or you're handsome, or you dress good, you smell good. Everybody love compliments, man. You feel me? But some of y'all green ass be fishing for compliments. Some of y'all do it just for compliments, and that's green as fuck. You feel me? Some people wake up in the morning, put their face on, put they wardrobe on, and really wonder what other people gonna say about them. Now, don't get it twisted. We all want to go out looking a certain way and being presentable, but it's a different type of green when you just doing it all the way for somebody else. And it's green because in 2020, we should definitely be putting our best foot forward for us. We should be doing what make us feel good because we feel like that, not for nobody else. And so here are a few things that I feel like will help boost our self-esteem and focus on that actual self part of it. You feel me? The first thing we got to do is we got to make a list of accomplishment or the shit that you do good so you can recognize, who you are. I'm pretty sure by now, it's 2020, from the time you was let's say around 4 or 5 and you start realizing what you're doing is actually good or not. You feel me? We all could think back to accomplishments that we done had over the times. When is the last time you took an opportunity to actually write those down? You feel me? Write some of the things that actually made you feel good when you did it. Write that shit down so you can have something to go back to, right? By you being able to see what you actually accomplished will help build some of your self-esteem. It'll help you focus on the things that made you feel good in those times. And this is something tangible where you can always go back to and look at and say, oh, shit, that was me. I did that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's one thing you could do. Write down a list of the things that you did good. You feel me? The second thing you can do is learn how to master a new skill. Okay? You always want to be in the mode of a student. You always want to be in the mode of like being able to learn something new, right? By you being in that mode, it'll help you. One, it'll take time, and then two, it takes a sense of like perseverance. Anything new, you gonna fail at. You ain't gonna succeed the first time. You might not succeed the second time. You might not succeed the third time, so on and so forth. But the most important part about that is getting your ass back up, hopping back on that horse, or trying that thing again. You feel me? You can't just like try something new and then give up when you don't succeed. Nah, man, that's green. You can't be like that. You gotta tighten up. If you fail, get your shit back together and try it again. When you attempt new things, when you try to master a new skill, it builds that perseverance in you. It builds that drive and determination, which ultimately makes you feel good. It helps when you a person of like drive, and you're a person of like integrity and a person of patience. It helps you along your journey of building your self-esteem. So when other obstacles that other people set out for you, right, it becomes an easy task for you to attempt it. You feel what I'm saying? So you always want to master something new. That'll help build your self-esteem. And you heard me say this word, attempt. Now, this next thing that I feel like it help build self-esteem is something that we got to work on. All of this is like intrinsic, but at the same time, this next thing is one of those things where it's like you either could sink or swim. And it's something that everybody deals with. And that next thing is fear. Now, fear is that thing that stands between you and the actual attempt to do something, to accomplish anything, right? Now, we all get approached with new things on a day-to-day basis. I'll give you an example. When I learned how to swim, right? I know how to swim. It was different from when I actually tried to jump off of a diving board. You feel me? For those of you who ever jumped off of a diving board, you know first and foremost, one, you get up there, that shit's scary. You feel me? Like you go up there, man, that big ass is water down there, people looking at you, you start bouncing, and you like, oh shit, I don't know if this for me. You feel me? But that moment it takes to decide if you're gonna actually jump off, or if I'm gonna turn around and be green and be pooch as fuck and be soft as fuck and walk off of the platform. You feel me? That moment of fear is something that you have to like live in and mentally like go back and forth with your inner being and say, hey, am I really gonna attempt this? Am I gonna go ahead and say fuck it and just do it? Or am I gonna say this ain't for me, I'm gonna turn around and let them other people have it? We gotta stop being scary. If you scary, you would never attempt what you need to attempt in your lifestyle to make you a better person. That'll help boost your self-esteem. You feel what I'm saying? And so let's think about that. Think about how fearful we all are. You feel me? Sometimes it's okay to take a leap, you know, take a leap of faith or whatever, or take a leap of like assurance that you just gonna attempt it. You can't be scared to attempt, right? Even if you don't get it right. Like we said, we all gonna fail, but you can't be scared to attempt. You gotta go ahead and do that. You feel me? Now, one of the last things I feel like we should focus on in order to build the self, you know, during this time in quarantine, we want to build ourselves, and it would help boost our self-esteem, is you got to stop worrying about what everybody got to say about you, dog. Like, people gonna talk. That's what they do. We got social media, which can be used for great things. I've seen a lot of businesses. You got things like TV shows. You got things like VIBED Up. You got other things that people post that is very inspirational and help everybody out. Then you got people or other platforms that are used for like negativity or like shutting people down or making people feel bad. You can't be worried about those type of people. You can't be worried about those type of comments. You can't be worried about if your picture get liked enough. You can't be worried about if somebody got something bad to say about the outfit you got on. Man, everybody ain't finna like you, and that's okay. You gotta be okay with that. You gotta understand that you are special for whatever God made you special for, and He made you special for whoever He made you special for. Anybody that don't fit into that little box or that you feel me, that element of who you are, and can appreciate that, man. Get them out your way, man. You ain't got time for them. You gotta stop worrying about people and what they say and how they feel about you. All right? You gotta stop making choices based off of how you feel. When the last time you made a choice, a positive choice, a good choice, based off of how you felt as a person? You know, when the last time you lent a helping hand because it'll make you feel good, not for what you will receive back? When the last time you sat somebody down and actually had that open conversation with them and let them know, like, yo, actually, I don't got no beef with you, dog. I don't got no beef with you, miss. I don't got no beef with you, sir. It's just, you know, we disagreed on this, and it's okay to disagree sometimes. All right? One thing you can't go throughout life doing is, like, worrying about what other people say about you. If you do that, it's way more negativity out here than it is positivity. You're going to be worrying your whole life. And before you know it, you're going to be old as fuck by yourself, still worrying about other people, and they ain't going to be worried about you. They're going to be gone, you know, getting their groove back with stealing them. And you around here just tripping. So, during this time in quarantine, you feel me, when you at the crib, and whether you got kids or not, you know, if you have kids, use some of these methods to boost their self-esteem. You feel me? Definitely use it to boost your own self-esteem, because the better you feel about yourself, the more you're willing to help other people feel good about themselves. All right? You're not going to be perfect. Everybody ain't perfect. That's just how the cookie crumble. You feel me? But don't worry about that. If you make a list of your accomplishments, if you try to master something new, if you stop being scary, and if you stop worrying about other people, that's an attempt on you boosting your self-esteem, which will make you feel better. And who knows where it could go from there. All right. Now, this is not the end all be all. It's different ways to boost your self-esteem. These are just a couple that I thought was important to share. And so that's it. If you got any questions or concern, don't forget, go ahead and leave a comment. I want you to like. I want you to share. I want you to put this bitch on blast. You feel me? Let everybody find out about VIBED, because all we doing is vibing. So before we get up out of here, I want to introduce y'all to a brand new segment on VIBED, and it's called Top 3. This is basically where we name our top 3, whatever. It could be top 3 artists. It could be top 3 books. It could be top 3 ways to make a drink. It could be whatever it is, but we always gonna have a portion of top 3. And what I do is I put this on Instagram and I put this on my other social media platforms, and I get ideas from you all. All right, so today's top 3 is based on my top 3 ways of self-care. And here they are. So I would say the number 3 way of self-care that I focus on is music. When I get to those songs, you feel me? When I start listening to that Jeezy, or when I start listening to that Trick, or that JT Money, these are just some of the go-tos for me to feel good about myself or get into my vibe. And that helps take care of me mentally. You know, sometimes I need to zone out. I put on the right Trick Daddy song, and it's just like, all right, bitch, you know what time it is. Get the fuck from around now. You feel me? Or, you know, whether it be gospel, because I listen to Kirk, them too. You feel me? I like Silver and Gold. I like the old gospel. You know, the wade in the water. That right there, that's all me. Ain't nothing like that upper room. Yeah, get that upper room now. Shit be real. But anyway, so music is number 3. My number 2 way of like self-care, I would probably say, you know what I like to do? I like to, from time to time, I like to get a massage. I like to have a day to myself, you know, where I can go to a nice little spa, or, you know, have somebody just take care of me, pamper me, rub me down with some oil, massage me, you feel me? Get the knots out my back and shit like that. You see them hands, right? That's what I need. That helps me feel good. It helps boost my self-esteem. Alright? So, yeah, that's my number 2 way. Now, my number 1 way of self-care. I don't know. I probably have to say, shit. So, this ain't really for the kids. I think my number one way will probably be sex or like getting off. You feel me? Like, and sex feel good. You feel me? And I think everybody who having sex could attest to that. You feel me? Now, I say that's a way of self-care because what better way to take care of yourself than to get one off? You feel me? Whether it be you and your significant other or whether it be you just getting off right quick. Hey, it feel good afterwards. You might feel a little guilty, but at the same time, you got the job done and everything is everything. You feel what I'm saying? All right? One thing about it, two things for sure. Everything will feel good now. But anyway, those my top 3, man. So if you got a top 3, leave it in the comments, share it out. I might say it on the next VIBED Up episode. Or you might have an idea for another top 3 topic. Go ahead and drop a comment below. All right, don't forget to share, like, comment on VIBED Up, and let's get it out there, man. Until next time. This happy ending's what I want. I hope it's what I find before the ending on this earth. Dark nights, nightmares, praying for a clear path. It's a better way to come up on a bigger bag. Money making wishes, bring more money, hungry bitches trying to come up on the